I was born on the Flint River. I do whatever I can to try to save this river because it's not just my generation, it's generations to come.
The Flint River is really the heart of our farm. I wouldn't be here today if the past 5 generations of my family weren't stewards of this land. I want to be the same kind of steward for future generations.
I take pride in what I do being a farmer. Our water resources are extremely important to us, and we want to sustain them forever.
We have the Flint, we have the Chattahoochee, and we have Itchaway, and we have Spring Creek that runs through the center of Colquitt. They supply all the water to the area, and that's pretty much what we use to keep our aquifer regenerated.
Southwest Georgia is a unique environment for water conservation. We have rechargeable aquifers, and we utilize surface water for our irrigation systems. And the technologies we've helped develop here are being used commercially throughout agriculture around the world.
It's so important we protect the land that we have for our kids and our grandkids to provide the food, fiber, and fuel for our nation and for the world.
Water conservation is cleaning water, making good use of it, and passing healthy water downstream so that our neighbors could benefit from it. And that's what our farmers in Georgia are doing today.
Farm families are the heart of Southwest Georgia.
We're the biggest industry in South Georgia, and we provide most of the jobs, not just farming, but related industries as well.
It contributes over $76 billion a year to the economy statewide and over $16 billion in Southwest Georgia alone every year.
Georgia depends on agriculture. 1 out of 7 jobs is involved in agriculture. It's not only a livelihood, but it's a way of life.
These family farms put up everything they own to make a crop.
Drought years can be devastating for a farm. Without irrigation, you literally can make a 0 yield. It can be the end of your career and the end of your way of life.
If it's a drought and we can't supplement rain, the county will basically dry up.
Farmers across Southwest Georgia have really been pioneers when it comes to innovation in irrigation.
So technology is really the key. We're to a point now where we really need and depend on technology.
We have checkoffs on most every crop that we grow, so then we can put money back into research.
We try to dedicate a certain number of acres every year to research and development. We try to work with universities and extension services to develop new technologies every year.
A lot of times this new technology is tested at the University of Georgia. We trust the University of Georgia. We trust other farmers that have tried it.
Every season we work with a group of farmers in the area to test the technologies that we develop. Many of the technologies, and tools, and techniques we develop directly lead to increases in efficiency, which we call more crop per drop.
More crop per drop is a simple way to say that we're increasing irrigation water use efficiency.
Currently, the technology we use to stretch the river's resources are soil moisture monitors. It allows us to use less water from the irrigation systems by showing the plants using less water.
This is something we've developed in-house. It has 3 different sensors at 3 depths that we can install in the soil, and they transmit data wirelessly back to a central base station and then to a web server where the farmers can use the data.
Another technology that's been really helpful in making us more efficient is remote pivot control. So I can control our center pivot irrigation systems that are equipped with this technology from anywhere that I have cell phone service or Wi-Fi.
We use drops on our pivots to try and cut down on evaporation.
We've gone from a high-pressure irrigation system to low pressure.
We utilize variable rate irrigation, which uses GPS to precisely apply water based on field topography and soil type.
So the technology allows us to measure or estimate very well how much water we have to apply so that we can maximize the yields while minimizing the amount of water that we use.
Too much water at certain times can be just as negative of an impact as too little water. And the technologies we have available now really allow us to put the right amount of water at the right time on that crop.
If our growers use many of these technologies, they're only going to use as much irrigation water as is absolutely necessary to produce that crop.
Because of new technologies, because of new varieties, we can grow twice as much of the same crop on the same acres as when my dad first started farming.
With technology, over time, our yields have increased. My grandfather was so proud to be in the 1-ton club of peanuts, and now we're making 3 tons to the acre on this farm.
Our farm produces 12 million pounds of peanuts a year, which equates to 50 jars of peanut butter for 240,000 families.
Water is our most precious commodity.
Water is essential to the livelihood and production of commodity crops.
If farmers don't have access to irrigation water in Georgia, we'll cease to exist as an industry.
The Flint River and water in general is one of the most critical things on any farming operation. It is literally our lifeblood. We have to have it.
We don't pump water just because we have it. It's being used, not wasted.